She was like, no, no.
For Latvian people, learn Spanish is very easy. Coldest I have been here, it was like -24.
Esam gatavi?
Now we can start. Hello, guys. I'm Isako, and I'm with Vim
Joaquin.
and our guest.
Lady Carolina.
And this is the second episode of our podcast, the Brālēni. So, what we are talking about today?
So we are talking today about Venezuelan/Colombian person living in Latvia.
Probably some of them know her or her Instagram page, because also she has another Instagram page where she shares content about not only Latvia, but also Venezuela. And Carolina, what can you tell us about yourself?
About myself in general, here in Latvia or...
In general,
Anything.
after we will go deeper with the questions. No problem.
Okay. No, I am here. I am teacher, a Spanish teacher and kindergarten teacher. I'm married. I have a child. I'm waiting for second.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And yeah, those are the main things so far.
Amazing.
We have the first question. It will be funny, but we have this question because while we were searching for information also to ask to you, we have this doubt in our mind, and we didn't think about a bet, but could be probably a bet. What is your real name?
My real name. My real name.
Full real name. Everything.
Everything. So usually in Venezuela and Colombia, we have 2 names and 2 surnames. So my real name is Lady Carolina Ruiz Chavarria.
Okay, thank you for the teriyaki.
Yeah,
I
Lady,
often do
it is my name. It's not a title.
Yeah, because I thought the lady part is just like, like a nickname or / title in the name. And we were like, oh, like it's a name. And I'm like, maybe it's not. And you're okay, let's bet.
Yes, it is my name.
It's amazing name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And now I think we can start with other questions. And usually the main question, I think that we have the same experience here. I'm probably asking also to other foreigners that are living here. The main question is, why are you here in Latvia?
Yes, it is the main question always when people ask me. To Latvia, bring me the love.
Ooh.
Yes, I met one Latvian guy in Venezuela. He was there traveling, like tourist, and he convinced me to come here to visit Latvia. Long story, short story, we got married, it didn't work. But I found here a job. I started to learn the language, which maybe you already know, it's very complicated.
It
Yes.
is.
But I already started to learn, and yeah, I have the job, so I decided to stay here. It doesn't matter that I was not with this person anymore, but yeah, I like it here.
Amazing.
Amazing. So you said you met the Latvian person in Venezuela,
Yes.
but what was your impression the first day when you arrived in Latvia? Like you land from the plane, you arrive in Latvia, and what's your first impression? Like you're, wow, like I'm in the Baltics.
Yeah, the first of all, I didn't know anything about Latvia before I met this person. And yeah, when I came here, it was in spring. It was like around this
So it was
time.
good time, yeah?
It was a good time. It was in April. It was in April. I remember very good the smells. I don't know why. It's like it comes in my mind when it's this time. I remember the first time I came to Latvia, and the first thing I thought is like, wow, there is a lot of forest, a lot of green and forest, and
A lot, really. Almost or 50%, like 60% of the country.
yes, it's a lot.
it's
I don't
just
know how
trees.
it is
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Macedonia. Okay, in Italy I have been, but I don't know if there is so much forest.
No, absolutely not.
In Venezuela we have, and in Colombia, no, there are like a lot, but not like here. So
I would say in Macedonia we have more mountain peaks than trees in general. Yeah.
yes, so that was the first what I remember: the smells of the spring and the forest.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. And also Probably, okay. The language was one of the biggest challenges that everyone has to face when he's coming to Latvia. Other challenges that you have to face here, like, for example, for me, I'm here since 7 months now, and I can say, like, well, I can't find the ethnic food. I can say, like, ethnic food for me is difficult. For example, every time I say this example, but like the plátano. For me, is because I'm used to eating like once every 2 weeks, once every week, and when I was here, I was asking to everybody, like, "Oh, where I can find plátano?" And the people were like, "What is plátano?"
No.
Yes, that's
Yes, for me also, I will say about no, it's the language, the food. The food in the beginning was a shock, I think, and I say the first year I was living here, my body was like protesting, and I was in the how it's called strike, something like that. Like I don't want to eat that. I don't want that. I lost a lot of weight actually.
Wow. Just because of the change of the cuisine.
Yes, it was very hard. But no, okay, later you get used to. Still, there are things I don't like. There are things
For
I.
example?
I don't like pickles, this marinetti gurti.
Oh,
okay.
And they
okay.
put everywhere, as maybe you already know, in salads, in soups, in everywhere, in the pizza, in the burgers. I said, oh my God, I forgot I'm in Latvia.
Let's start the pizza conversation. We have the
No,
Italian here.
don't.
Pickles on pizza, yeah?
Don't.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, our food also includes plátanos, and okay, we eat arepas, but we need this harina pan, no, this flour, this corn flour, and yeah, in the beginning, I also couldn't find how I will survive, but yeah, later I found also plátanos. I found so
Oh, amazing. I will ask you later.
yes, sure.
I would get this as the cultural shock that you just said. But the next question I would say is, what was the stereotype about Latvians that you knew before coming here?
The things I knew.
Yes.
I knew when I investigate, I knew that it was the ex-Soviet country, and yeah, small country.
But also, I can say that you came here when?
I came here. That was back in 2012.
Oh my
It was long time ago.
Long
It was long time ago. Yeah, like it will be this year, 13 years, I think.
Wow, because when I was searching for informations, and I came the last year here, so and I couldn't find. I can find like some information, but not a lot of informations from foreigners. So think about you back in 13 years ago. How many information could you have about Latvia in that time?
Yeah, and there were also like now we have a group of Latin people. No, we are like coming together, doing things. We have friends. When I came here, there was nothing and nobody. It was like, I couldn't speak Spanish with anybody. It was also that was very hard. But yeah, but now when people are coming and they are saying, "Oh, it's so hard," I say, oh my God, I was 2 years alone with nobody speaking Spanish, like with no plátanos and no
No.
harina
No
pan.
plátanos, yeah. That's the main challenge.
And with no harina pan, it was so hard. Like you are coming here, it's already small community, but there is.
Let's talk about vice versa. What was the stereotype about Venezuelan people that usually Latvians like people think about?
Latvians about Venezuelans?
Yeah, the stereotypes.
I don't think also they know or they knew a lot about Venezuela. Sometimes even they don't know what it is, like where it is or what we do, we speak there or yeah. Of course there are people who are traveling and they are going and they know, But I was going. That's also maybe some interesting thing about my 13 years living here. I never have lived in Riga. Never. I always
okay.
I always have been living in countrysides in different parts. I don't know how much you know. Maybe now we can try your geography.
I mean,
His geography, your mind
yeah,
is not.
mine is okay. Yeah, I would say good. Yeah.
Mine
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
So first, I live in Ixchile. Do you know what is Ixchile?
Not exactly.
Then I live in Aizkraukle.
No.
Okay, you can do the interview to us now.
But they're closer to which, like a bigger city or a town?
You know Lielvārde, maybe?
Yeah, Lillard, yeah.
It's on that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
on that way. Ixchile, it's closer. It's like Salaspils. Maybe you have heard about
Yeah,
it.
Salaspils, yeah.
Because it's close. And after Salaspils, there is Ixchile, like after 2 towns or something like that. Then is Uogre. Maybe also.
Uogre, yeah, of course.
I live in Uogre also. Because I was working in Ixchile.
Okay. So you came here 13 years ago.
13 years. Half of my life.
Yeah.
Half of
And,
my life.
and not in Riga, but in the countryside. So it's like
crazy.
impossible.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ghost town. Like Aizkraukle was like ghost town. Like totally. Like you go outside, there's no one outside. Like
I can imagine the struggle there for Platano. Even higher.
Now I can understand more what was your cultural shock coming here.
Yeah. Then I live in now I live in that region. It's like closer to Riga.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what I was saying before. When I started to talk about this.
Yeah.
What was about the Venezuelans?
The
Yeah.
stereotypes, yeah.
So I was living more in countryside, so I guess that's why I start to say that. Then I guess countryside people, they don't even really know about like Venezuela or I don't know, maybe then I say like Colombia, Brazil. Okay. So they imagine jungles and Indians or something like that. It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, trust me, but for Italy is like Latvian people usually were thinking, "Oh, are you eating pizza every day?" And I'm like, "No, no,
Pasta every day.
Yeah, I mean, but pasta can be every day because there are like families that are eating pastas every day, but I mean, can be normal. But pizza also, it's like for when you talk with a Japanese person, you say, "Oh, are you eating sushi every day?" For them, it's like something usually they eat once a month or once every 2 weeks, not like something normal for every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
You say that you are a Spanish teacher.
Yes.
And how did you start to be a teacher? How it was? And also thinking about like 13 years ago, probably you were like the only one in a diameter of 40 kilometers teaching Spanish.
It's true, yeah. Where I was living, that is totally true, I guess. But there is another thing about me, my profession. I am journalist.
Okay.
I study in Venezuela, yeah, like comunicación social, yeah, like social communication and advertisement, marketing, like those things. I was working in Venezuela before I came. And yeah, so I came here like journalist, but I thought, okay, what I can do like journalist here if I don't speak Latvian or Russian? But also it's like other common, okay, I have English, but my English was not so good 13 years ago. So I say I have to use my Spanish. And then I start to see. My friends call me grammar Nazi or something like that in Spanish. So I thought, okay, maybe I can be a good Spanish teacher. So I start to study like how I will do. And I start to apply in Riga for the jobs. Like yeah.
Perfect.
Then I was coming to Riga when I got like in some language centers. Yeah. Where they are teaching. And yeah, I was like 20 something. I was very scared the first time. I have a big group. It was like, I don't know, 12 people or 13 people. And they were like all different ages. There was a girl of 16 and there was a lady of 60. And I was like shocked, like, oh my God.
So no age limit
Yeah.
for the language.
Yeah, and they were asking, but no, I was honest and I said I don't have experience, but yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
And that's how I started.
like you said, there was like a wide range of the ages of the people that you were teaching. But what was your first thing, like a challenge, I would say, when you started to teach your native language to a different people from a different culture? Was there any challenges that you encounter?
It was a challenge, but actually I learned a lot. I learned a lot of English because that was the language what was in between. So I have to learn how to teach something from Spanish to English, from English to Spanish. Sorry. And I started to learn a lot of English grammar. It was a challenge, yes, but for me it was good because okay, I was not doing so much more here that I was doing that. Then I also start to use a bit Latvian, some words, some things, and that also helped me a bit with the Latvian grammar to
Yeah.
start to learn.
So it was a challenge and also a benefit at the same time,
Yeah.
because they were getting something that you were teaching and also you were learning.
Yes.
So learning by doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, totally. And actually, here in Latvia, for Latvian people to learn Spanish is very easy. It's very easy
How come?
Okay.
because in Latvian, about, for example, the pronunciation, they have a lot, you know, if you are here already
Yeah.
7 months, you know about all those sh and all those sounds and letters. They have much more than in Spanish, like sounds, about
Okay.
sound,
Yeah.
about
Okay, got you.
pronunciation. So for them, it's very easy to pronounce like Spanish. There is no problem. And with the grammar, there are some things that it can be similar. And the Latvian grammar is very hard. So actually, the Spanish for them, at least in the for the beginners, it's very easy. I feel when I was teaching to people, I start to also private lessons with someone who doesn't speak anything. And in 3 months, she was speaking already something like they are speaking.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's why I say, wow, you have a talent for Spanish. For Latvians, it's easy, but not the other way around, sadly.
I mean, they already know a language that is really hard to learn. So I guess Spanish it's easy. Like they don't have the excuse to say like, oh, it's a hard language, or no, Latvian is hard language to learn.
Yes, they know Latvian is a hard language.
Yeah, of course.
And also, did you notice like an increase of people that wanted to learn Spanish during these years? Or not?
Yes, always. Like now, even like I told you also, I'm a Spanish teacher, but later I start to work in the kindergarten,
Okay.
and then I start to learn like to be a kindergarten teacher. I started also in the distance in Spain. So now I'm very into that world also in the kindergartens and schools. And now in schools, they are requesting a lot of Spanish teachers in schools, in the private and in the public schools in Latvia. So it has been from private lessons, like group lessons in some language like centers to schools. It's like Spanish, it's in schools and in university also.
Because almost every Latvian that we met, they have a passion either for Spanish language or Italian language. They're like, oh, like when we go on vacation, we want to know the language to feel comfortable. And yeah, but that's amazing how they want to learn a language just to go in the country and just to explore.
Yes. Because it's very affordable also to go from here to Spain,
Italy.
It's
Passing to another topic. How did you start with your Instagram page, Letonia Latina?
Letonia Latina. How it was born, Letonia Latina. Letonia Latina, it started not long ago. I don't think I even have 1 year, but it started because, okay, I have to tell anyway. I don't know if this will count like advertisement or not.
No problem.
course.
No problem.
But
Cool.
before to have Letonia Latina, I was like part owner of one online shop that also you can find platanos in Harina Pan, like Latin products.
Okay, probably we saw it. We
Yes,
saw it.
yeah.
Del Baltic.
Del Baltico,
Yeah.
yes, yes, Del Baltico. And yeah, I associated with a girl from Peru.
Hmm.
And yeah, we were doing together, and I was all the time in the social media and doing things. And I realized that I want to share more, like not only about products, about those things, but to talk about maybe my culture to the Latvians or the connections that maybe have, or to the Latins to talk about Latvia, because actually I don't think and I don't see there is a lot of information on internet in
Yeah.
Spanish about Latvia. So yeah, I start to think about that. I say, no, maybe I will do. I don't know how it will be with the time. And then of course with small child. But yeah, that was the main reason. Because I was with this shop, I say, no, okay. Then I decided I don't have time anymore for this shop. And yeah, so I retired. I got retired from there, and I opened my Letonia Latina.
Yeah, no, because I noticed about you from your page, in fact. And yeah, I saw some videos when you were talking about Venezuela, and also the other way, vice versa. So you were talking in Spanish about Latvia. What is the most impressive things that you love about Latvia, Latvian culture? So that's why I was asking about this page, because also for my experience, I saw that there aren't so many pages managed by foreigners talking about their culture in Latvian. So also for Latvians can be good also to receive kind of information, not only in English, that are for everybody, but in their native language, that it's better for them.
Yes, yes. And actually, Latvians appreciate a lot that,
Yes. Yes.
a lot. Yeah. I have my videos like in Instagram, I have them also in TikTok and in YouTube. But yeah, in TikTok, like people are already commenting, the Latvians, and they are happy that, oh, wow, how you speak Latvian. And yeah, malacis. Maybe you have heard that word. And yeah, so they are very grateful for that, like that you are learning their language. And I see, no, okay, I will learn this language. It's like secret language. Now we were in Colombia for 1 month, like I was telling Joki, yeah.
Yes.
We came back like not long ago with my husband. And it was very funny because we are talking in Colombian, in Latvian, and I'm sure nobody understands us. It's like a secret language.
Yeah.
A code language.
The code.
Yeah, code language. Because, okay, we could speak in English with my brother, with other. And okay, maybe some people will understand, but Latvian, no. Less than 2 million people.
So learn Latvian. If you are a foreigner, you're watching this podcast, learn Latvian to have a secret language.
Yes.
Exactly. And you said you only created the Instagram page for like almost a year now, yeah?
I don't think even a year.
Yeah, not even a year.
Yeah.
And
It
you
was
said,
like in summer, something like that.
and you said a lot of people reached out and they appreciate the video and what you do for like the cultures, to mix the cultures. And what would you say? What was a message that somebody sent to you that they felt inspired by your work?
Actually, one interesting video what I made, it was about the Angels Falls. I don't know if you saw it.
Yes. we are saying yes in
Oh
a,
yeah.
we say yes, but
But
later we will talk about it. That's why.
yeah.
Go.
Yes, about the Angels Falls, it was very interesting. Yeah, when I came here in Latvia for first time 13 years ago, that person who I met in Venezuela, he also told me about this story. And I was like, okay, I didn't pay too much attention. And, okay. But I knew something about that. Later, of course, you start to read more and discovering more. So I thought that was like very interesting because I was sometimes telling to Latvian people, and many of them, they don't know that. And
It's because it's about like something to climb like a mountain, but they don't have here.
yes,
They have a mountain, 300 meters.
300. Yes, that's why Latvia. It's like Latvia. I don't know.
Latvia, yeah.
Maybe you heard that. And yeah, so I thought that would be interesting to tell in the video because really, when I was sometimes talking to people, they didn't know. And yeah, from this video, even some people reach me telling like, oh, I have been investigating like Alexander Slime alive for some time. I didn't know. Like, no, that's what she told me. Of course, I didn't ask the ID. Let me see if you are really the granddaughter of the Alexander Slime. But yeah, one time we were in Liepāja. Maybe you have been in Liepāja.
No, not yet, but yeah, we are planning to go like in start
During
of
the
June.
summer.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, in summer that is perfect for summer, and yeah, then I was talking and telling that story to my mother-in-law, and other people was listening, and she was listening, and then she say, "No way, you are saying that because he was my grandfather," and I was like, "Oh my god, really?"
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my god, really? I was just like telling the story, and she say that. Of course, I didn't ask like the idea. Let me see, and I don't know. Let's do something like. But yeah, that's what she told me. And then some people were reaching me through Facebook and asking me more about this, or just telling like it is interesting because yeah. So they learn something about their country, like in Latvia, and also they learn about Venezuela. There is the tallest falls in the world.
Latvia might have the widest waterfall in
Yeah.
Europe, but
Yes.
Venezuela has the tallest
Tallest.
Yes. In the world.
in the world. Yes.
Not in Europe.
Yeah.
Thinking about like some events that you organize. The 29th of March, there was the third edition of.
El Rumbural.
Okay, can you tell us more about it and also if you have organized before other events?
Yes, El Rumbural. That name actually, it's I don't know what it sounds for you. El Rumbural.
Yeah, it's complicated because from my hair, rumbural, something like they're doing like a lot of noise, something like crazy.
Ah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Okay,
Yeah.
for you,
I don't
you don't have
quite
any?
understand. No.
Maybe you have heard the word rumba.
Rumba.
Yes, but I don't remember exactly the translation now.
Is it like maybe it's connected to what Isako said about noise making, like something like
Maybe, yeah, it is connected. Yeah.
Because for me,
So-
rumba is like something like with drummers or something like that.
yeah. Okay, I have heard rumba. Rumba, for example, in Venezuela,
Okay.
it's party. It's like rumba is
Oh,
party.
Okay.
Yes.
New
But
word, but yeah.
I know rumba also, it's like some musical, like a rhythm, like salsa, something like
Okay.
that. But yeah, I'm Venezuelan, so I took it from the party. And yeah, rumbural, then it's like rumba cultural. That it's like cultural party.
Okay.
Now
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a cultural party. We create together with another Spanish teacher that actually, Daniel, I met him, if I hear 13 years, I know him already like 10 years ago. He was one of the first Spanish people who I met here in Latvia. He was living also in some countryside in Tukums. I don't know if you
Oh my God.
We have some friends from Turku.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. He was living there, but we met here in Riga. It was like, oh yeah, very crazy. Then he left, he came back. I don't remember. We disconnect, but we connect again together. And we start to talk about events because I was with Del Baltico. And I thought, hey, maybe we can do something together. And like I'm teacher also. No, we thought about this event like Rumba Cultural, like cultural party that we can put together, for example, Spanish students who are here, who live in Latvia.
Amazing.
Yeah, and are learning Spanish to have some activities, speaking and doing cooking. Also, like to show something about our cuisine, like Venezuela, like Latin and Spanish as well, of course. And later have a party in Latin style. So that was the
Amazing.
main idea. And yeah, this 29th of March, we have the third. It was very cool. People always are asking when it will be the next one.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Nice.
When is the next chapter?
When is
Oh, actually, next week we are having a meeting with Daniel to talk about that.
Okay.
Amazing.
So we are staying tuned, yeah?
Yeah.
We will look out for it.
Okay. Yes, so we will see when it will be the next. But yeah, people like a lot. They are coming, as I told you, Spanish students from here, from Latvia, and also Hispanos, like who wants to chat and talk with people. And
Can Macedonians join?
of course, you can also join. There is no problem. We have also from Philippines and from some other Asian countries, India. I have seen we have like a lot
Yeah.
of everybody's welcome, of course. If you speak a bit of Spanish or you want to learn something or you want to just share and listen around you only Spanish, that is the place.
I had my basic, very, very basic level of Spanish because I was working in one company, but I just learned it for the job. And when I stopped working, I forgot everything completely.
Yeah. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal?
I mean, yeah, those things, yeah.
Me llamo.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, true.
I was thinking that you were saying like curse words.
No, curse words.
Maybe you understand a bit more because
Yeah.
also I understand some Italian, like
In fact, one of my colleagues, she's Spanish, and sometimes I start to talk with her automatically in Italian, but she can understand me and I can understand her. So
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I also have that situation here in Riga. We were with some group also of Spanish people, and there was an Italian guy. He was speaking in Italian. I was speaking Spanish. We understand
Yeah.
each other. Maybe some word there, like, but okay, all the context and all the conversation you understand.
of course.
You know.
That's the beauty of the languages.
Yes.
It
And
is.
also there are like fun stories that happen during the Rumbura Culturale or some other events. Like, for example, one person that was totally randomly there because of one friend, and after that person was like, oh my God, I want to learn Spanish. It's so good because I want to learn about the culture and something like that.
It has been like different, of course. Like the all the event it ends with the party. Then okay, the ones who stays for the party till the end, it's like very crazy. They are there. But yeah, it's very interesting. Actually, every time are coming different people, and also I like it's like all ages.
Yeah.
You can see like very young people or like older people, and they are coming and they are shy. You know, the Latvians are shy, and for them it's hard to come. But then you are like come on, you have to talk. That's why you come here, just like to practice your Spanish, to talk and
To break the ice.
yeah, to
Yeah.
break the ice. And like here, nobody will judge you or say something you say that wrong or
Yeah.
something. We are just here to share and like that. Yeah. So people goes actually, yeah, we have also like not let's say partners, but we also were counting with support of like let's say sponsors, and we are having also in the end like lottery. So we are giving these like prizes from different like Spanish or Latin, like del Baltico, or it was also this shop, Mr. Pepper, like Mexican. We have Seneca, which is the Spanish also
Okay.
school.
School.
Yeah, and we gave in the lottery one complete semester of Spanish for
Wow.
someone. Yeah, it was like
Next edition, everybody there.
Yes.
that was very wanted prize because imagine it's like 5 months like learning, and of
That's a
course,
lot of time
Yeah.
for learning, yeah.
yes, and yeah. The one who won it, he was Spanish speaker,
Oh,
but
Oh.
she have someone to give away, like yeah, and yeah. So people are like excited to be there and to learn new things. We always take different countries in each edition, so we are saying something about different of each country. Last time we have Chile. And we have Mexico. Okay, we repeat Mexico because before also we have Mexico and Argentina. And the first one we have Peru, Colombia, Spain, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, and Spain. Yes.
Probably, let me think. Cuba?
Yes. We wanted Cuba. This third, imagine, I say, I want Cuba because I know here are Cubans in Latvia.
Okay.
yeah. We
We
might
have
know.
one
might know.
person.
Yeah.
Really? And but I couldn't find someone who could help us in the food part. And in the end, we have to change because I have a person, but this person told me, "Oh, sorry, I cannot exactly on that day. I have to work." No, he was busy, so I couldn't find anyone else, and we have to change to Mexico. But the plan was Cuba and Chile. So for fourth one, I will try again Cuba because
If you want, we know the right
Yeah.
person for
there are okay.
Yeah.
Then you see, that's why everything happens in the right moment.
We tried her food and it was amazing. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Then I will take the advice.
yeah. So for the next time, you have Cuban person.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know yet.
We are counting
Let's
with-
just say.
I think that she's watching this episode.
Yeah.
No, she's scared. Don't worry, it will be fine.
How would you say? How did your life changed since you arrived in Latvia in all these years?
A lot. And that I see from the last 2 times I went back to Colombia, Venezuela. Like, okay, maybe you already know, I was born in Venezuela and raised in Venezuela, but my blood actually is Colombian because my mom and dad and all my family is Colombian.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. And I see all what I have changed when I go back there. Of course, I miss my family, friends, and food and climb.
Food.
Well, yes, food, plata, we eat plátanos
Plátano.
every day.
What an easy by heart.
And then when I'm there, I realize how much I have changed for good. I think so, because it's what happened when you go to different countries. Like also, if you have been volunteering or doing things in other places, you learn a lot. Like also from your like country, then you see why we do that or why we don't do this. Like no, like there are all those things here in Latvia. I like a lot, and that also I say in my videos is the nature. Like all the nature, and like I told you also, I'm involved in all the education, like kindergarten and school. I know they are learning about trees, about what is the name of that tree. I just remember in Venezuela, somebody told, like okay, it's you are talking about, I don't know, the national tree, okay, and that's it.
Mhm.
You go there are so many different, and then I was going, the last time I went to Venezuela, that was almost 10 years ago. I didn't go this time, so it's still time counting to Venezuela. But I saw one tree on the street. It was like one main street that it was blooming, and it was so beautiful, and it has been there all the time, and I
Right.
never saw.
Yeah. And now you start to pay
Now you start to
attention.
pay
Yes, but
attention.
now I start pay. I went there and I said, "Oh my God, it's so beautiful! How it's called that tree?" I asked my dad. I don't know. My mom. I don't know. My grandma. I don't know. Friends. I don't know. Nobody knew how it's called that tree, and I was like, "Oh my God, how can it be? Like, what we are learning? Like, where we are living? Why? I don't know. It was like, all this like philosophical thing happening in your mind about a lot of things.
Yeah,
So
that happens a lot with like when you meet international people and they say something about your country or culture that you know it just by heart, by being in that culture, but you don't pay attention, like you said. And then when they mention, you're like, oh wait, this is really like that.
yes,
And then you
yes.
start to investigate yourself. So yeah, it happened to us like multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About your countries, yeah.
Yeah, like somebody says about the language, about the culture, food, and I'm like, yeah, I know it's like that, but why is
You
it like
don't
that?
really
Yeah, I
know.
don't
you
really
Yeah.
know
don't
why.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is interesting. That also I have. It just changed like your mind like completely when you are living somewhere else, I guess.
But also, like for me, it was, I noticed the attention that there is here for the nature, but probably when my friends come here to visit me, they were like, oh, I see a lot of people with plants and flowers. And I was like, oh, yes, I noticed, but because I'm living here now, for me, it's normal to think about like have a plant in every room in the house or something like that. For my friends were like, oh, there are plants everywhere here. And I was like, yes, true. Why I didn't notice?
Yeah, for you it became normal,
Yeah.
but actually, yeah, for other people, when my family was here, because they also have been here, they also see all those things. And one example was I like to bring them to where I work, and we were there with the children. It was like breakfast time, and they are eating, and my mom was shocked, like they are eating paprika, like bell pepper. They are just
Yeah.
eating bell pepper like that.
Yeah.
And carrots, like you put like a bowl of carrots, and children are running and taking the carrots. And my mom was like, "Oh my God!" Like for us, it's not like that.
Yeah. We do for events when we do events here, and we cut like paprika slices and carrot slices for like a snack with sauce,
Yeah.
and everybody eats. Yeah, I mean we eat
Yeah.
as well. Like we adapt to it.
Now,
Ah,
yes.
Now, yeah.
you are adapt. Like,
Yeah, we
like-
adapt now. Like
Yeah.
in my country, we like with those vegetables. I would say like more for cooking or salad,
Yes,
but not
yes.
just like that eating.
Yeah, the same for us. The same for us. And now, when we were in Colombia, it was my mom's birthday, and I say, "Okay, I will put the table, and I will put like in Latvia.
Yeah.
I will put the cucumbers and paprika and with the sauce, and then I was explaining to everybody because they also were shocked, my family. Like, and I was explaining, I want to show you how it is in no one part how it is in Latvia. They eat like that, like carrots and
Yeah, of course.
cucumbers. We eat also like salads or for cooking, but not like just like that.
Yeah, maybe like a stuffed paprika with meat and rice.
Yeah,
That's how we do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we will have a surprise for you at the end. But
Okay.
we want to ask you like two questions. And the first one is, what is your favorite place in Latvia?
Place like a city, town, or
Can be also one random lake.
okay, like nature.
Yeah, it can
Place
be
or
whatever you
whatever.
want.
It can be a street.
It can be also a restaurant. We don't know.
Okay, a place, just like a place. That's hard. I don't know. It's not a place, but I guess I find out living in the countrysides where I have lived that I love to live close to water.
Okay.
And then I start to think about, in Chile, when I was living, there was Daugava River.
Mm.
Then I went to Icekraukle. Also, there was Daugava River, like very close. Then I went to Uagre. In Uagre also is Daugava River, and there is the Uagre River. And then I went to live in Adashi, and also there is there is Veijupe, this place called. There is also water, and I find out I love to walk in those places where there is water. Now we live. It's like Baltasars, and as you know, Essers, it's lake.
Yeah.
Yes, and I have there in front of my house the lake, and it's like amazing. So in where I was living in Venezuela, in Barquisimeto, it's like a city of 2 million people. And of course,
Latvia.
there is water somewhere.
Like a whole Latvia,
Yeah.
a bit more.
Yes. And of course, there is water somewhere, but not in the middle of the city. So, that's what I find out I love here. Like, I love to live like close to the water. I
Wow.
don't know if it counts like my favorite.
No.
It's like a vacation.
Yeah.
You live on a vacation, yeah?
Yes,
Every day,
something like that.
close to the
Lake
lake.
view?
Yeah.
Lake
Yeah.
view from your home is good,
Yeah.
right?
No, okay, I don't have the lake view because I don't see the lake. I can walk till the lake,
it's
but it's
close.
very
Yeah, it's
close.
close.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very close.
For me, it would be, I think, a challenge to live close to a lake. It would be like mosquitoes.
True.
Yeah, because I don't really enjoy being around them. So I'm like, yeah.
But
For that, I
that's-
struggle.
But that is only in some hours, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
like in
all
the
time.
evenings.
In the evenings, and you can put the net, and everything's okay.
Yeah. And the second question, if you could give one piece of advice to young Latin American people who think of moving in Latvia, what it would be?
Advice. Actually, a lot of people also in TikTok lately, they are asking me about how easy, how hard is to emigrate to Latvia, how easy it's to find job, and I always say it depends. First, which language did you know? And second, what do you do? Like, what is your or profession, or what is your no? What can you do? Like, because of okay, you can have a paper that you have this profession, like me, I have here, but later I start to do other thing. And from Latin America, I will say the first is the English because I don't know. There are people here coming, and I know Latin people who are coming here without English, only with Spanish, and it's hard. It's very hard because they cannot communicate with other people for finding job. It's like totally, it's very hard. And so I will say the first thing is the language. Like, learn English. Like, come on, you see, we are Macedonia, Venezuela, and
it is.
Italy, and English is the language what you have to learn to communicate anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere in the world you go, if you know English.
Yeah, if you
Very
know
good.
English, you can do okay. Maybe in the countryside, in Escroque, nobody spoke English.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Trust me, there are people in Macedonia that they don't know a word in English. So
yeah, and
Italy too.
in Colombia, I know when we were there. Okay, I don't know, and I don't try people to see if you speak English because I don't care. But my husband was trying to talk with people, and he said it was very poor, like the rate that spoke English.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that will be my advice for someone from Latin America. If you want to come, you have to learn English first to have this like language to communicate at least something. Then later you can everything is possible. You can learn Latvian later. You get used to the weather, to the -10 and -15 or whatever what is doing.
or -20 if you're lucky.
Yeah, this winter I think there was snow, so it was
No.
so
It was the coldest. I think it was -14 one night. We were out. We were going back with the bus.
Euros that day.
Yeah. And I don't have problem with cold, but
No,
that night,
it was very
Very
windy too.
yeah, and because of the wind, I think it
Yeah.
was even colder.
I
Yeah.
think the coldest I have been here, it was like minus 24. But it was long time ago. It was long time ago.
Yeah, we were hoping for that, but
Yeah,
But
No
I
luck.
came here only
Yeah.
for that.
that was
Yeah, yeah.
very interesting experience. I went outside and you breathe, and it's like you have ice here in front of your nose, like you are breathing ice, like. And yeah, I have a picture on my Facebook. I was walking because that day I said I will walk from school home, and it was like 40 minutes. My phone, it was dying. I have to put somewhere so it's like warm. And when I arrived, my hair was frozen. Yeah, it
Oh my
was
God.
cold.
Okay.
Yeah, I experienced that with freezing hair and beard in Sweden, but
Yeah,
not in Latvia. Yeah, because I
Mhm.
went in Sweden, like northern part of Sweden, in Abisko, and there it was like really cold. And yeah, I mean not really cold. The people that live there, they're like, oh, you're lucky. It
It's
can
like
get like
not.
minus 30. I'm like,
Oh my
it's
God.
okay. It doesn't have.
Better not.
Yeah.
Now we are in the latest part of this interview, and you don't know because this episode is not published. Also, the first one was not published, so you don't know
Yeah,
about this
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
And our quiz of 5 questions that probably will be 4 today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One is already gone.
one is already gone.
I already answered, yeah.
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 You will do it.
You will know. Is who wants to be Latvian? 5 questions about Latvian culture. And we will start randomly. So, Yoki, you will have the questions there, but I will start randomly.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready, Karolina?
Yeah, I hope. I'm scared now.
Okay. In our first episode, we had a French girl, Jasmine. But she came when we came, so it was less than 1 year ago. So the questions were easier.
Okay.
But in your case, because we
You
know
choose something
we
very hard.
choose something very specific.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, but you can know.
I'm
Answers.
pretty sure you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's try. Let's give it
Okay.
a try.
What is the name of the Latvian currency before the euro?
Do you have
A.
options?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A. Kron. B. Lira. C. Lat. D. Zloty.
It will be C. Lots. When I came here, it was still lots.
Okay.
Oh my God! What?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
When they changed it? When 2014? Probably they changed it, or 20.
Yeah, I think that for
Yeah. Now I remember.
Yes, it was in
because
2014. The first 2 years I lived with lots.
And we thought that is a good question.
yeah, like
It was a very good question. Yeah, I remember it was this like 100, but I don't remember who was in the bill. 100 like lats. And when I started to teach Spanish and I earned my first 100 lats, I was like, oh my God. I was so proud.
okay.
So yeah, lats.
Also, this one she knows.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you know all of
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's see.
Go.
Okay. What's the name of the national anthem? A. Debesis iekrita tevi. A. Ak mīļā Latvija. C. Mana dziesma. Or D. Dievs svētī Latviju.
It will be D. D is Sveti Latvia.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Of course,
Correct.
she knows.
She knows.
The A, it's I like that song. Actually, I
yeah.
like all those.
Debesis iekrita?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was right. No,
We listen to it
yeah.
occasionally in the studio with
Yeah.
Latvian colleagues and friends. Yeah.
Mana dziesma also I like.
Yeah, Mana dziesma is also
Mm.
good. Yeah.
It's very good. It's like going in my. I have like goose. I don't know.
Oh, results.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can use the bonus one because this one was what's the name of the first person to climb the tallest waterfalls in the world, but we already talked.
You already answered.
You tend to be the first one because it's connected to Venezuela. That's why.
Okay, that's what I wanted. Yes, it's Alexander's line.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Go, Yoki.
Okay. I can go with. Do you have
I want to do the last one.
Okay, you do. Okay. How many inhabitants live in Liepāja? Around 100,000? Around 45,000? Around 50,000? Or around 80,000?
That is hard.
Yeah, we know.
Hopefully you have one hard question.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't know. I will say around 100,000 or 80,000.
The 100,000, your final answer?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
The correct answer is around 80,000.
Ah,
Yeah, there are
right.
82,000 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I will think, yeah, it's like around 80, 100 because Liepāja is like one of the big, okay, not so big, but
I think it's the third biggest after Daugavpils.
Can be.
I think, yeah, Riga, Daugavpils, and then
and then Liepāja.
If you know, write it in the comments.
Yes.
The latest one. This is the most difficult. We were like struggling to find one that has to be really difficult. But
other than the Liepāja inhabitants.
yes. And of course, there are some Easter eggs in the answers in this one, but we will not say about it. You will write it in the comments, Spotify or YouTube. You can do it. Okay. In which day happened the Baltic Way or Baltic Chain?
The chain of three.
Chain of Freedom.
yes.
Okay. A. 15 March 1983. B. 23rd August 1988. 89, sorry. C. 31st July 1995. And D. 3rd February 1999. Yeah, the numbers are like...
Yeah. I'm very bad with like not numbers, but I'm visual, and I try to picture those dates, but I think it's B.
Correct. 33rd August.
23rd.
Yeah. 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said again 31st.
Okay.
23rd August 1989.
Yeah, August
Yeah,
1989.
that's correct.
Yes.
Okay.
When I learned about this fact, I was like, what? Is that
Possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how people united from Vilnius to Tallinn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For this, I also was surprised.
Okay. We are at the end of this interview. But before to end this interview, we usually end the episode with one word that the guest has to say. Can be a Latvian word, can be the Spanish word, dialect
English
word,
word.
English, whatever, that the people has to write in the comments.
Ah,
Your choice.
Yeah.
it's my choice, yeah. Okay. It will be easy one. But I have to say in which language, yeah?
You can say the word. And
You can say the word.
Maybe say the language. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Okay, I will say the word and you will tell me which language.
Okay.
Okay.
The word will be prieka.
It's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
okay.
And what it means, prieka?
Like cheers.
Yeah.
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 Perfect.
So everybody, Prieka.
Prieka in the comments. Okay.
Prieka.
Carolina, thank you very much for being here. I want to use this gracias in this case.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Okay.
Thank you for
Gracias,
coming. And thank you
Javier.
for showing interest in
Yeah.
our podcast, in our project that we are trying to do, and to show different perspectives to the Latvian people and to everybody abroad. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for the opportunity and for the invitation.
See you the next week with another country.
Yep.
I want to tell you which one will be, but I don't want to now.
Later.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.